Hi everyone, Frederick here. Simple system trading with a new case study on a simple trading strategy. Risk disclosure. Trading involves substantial risk of loss. It's not suitable for all investors. You should carefully consider whether trading is suitable for you. You can lose all or more than your initial investment. These videos are for educational purposes only and should not be seen as trading advice or an implied promise or guarantee that you will profit or limit your losses in any way. I'm not a financial advisor and do not make any recommendations to trade. Please read the full disclosure and terms and conditions on the website. Okay, with that out of the way, today we are gonna look at a request I had. Someone wants me to do this simple strategy to build on as a starting point to build on his own strategy. So it involves RSI. And it involves a higher time frame and may cross over as a filter. So let's start off. FTES here, 5 minute. We'll load the RSI. We'll change the settings as we want them. That's it. And we want to buy an RSI when the RSI crosses the 20 lines from below. So let's start with the color bar based on alert condition study to define our long RSI. And we say right here, RSI crossing from below. And there's a function there in the show chart called cross from below. And we add in that study subgraph here. So ID1, SG1 is the, go here, look at the RSI is SG1, and that bottom line here, the yellow one, is SG3. So that's what we're going to use. RSI, ID1, SG1, and we have ID1.SG3 as our bottom line. So if that happens, we'll get a color bar purple on that. And there you see, this is a cross from below. There's a cross from below right here. There's a cross from below right here. That's long RSI. Simple. Then we duplicate that. We define the short RSI. Short RSI. And that's the cross from above for the, again, the RSI with the other line. The other line, the purple line, is SGE2. So we'll use that here. Instead of 3, it's going to be 2. Let's make a different color. We're going to get rid of this later, but just for purpose of showing you what this is doing, you see cross from below, cross from below. So that's short RSI, right? With long RSI, short RSI. Perfect. Now we want a high time frame MA cross filter. So let's duplicate this chart. Go to chart settings. Make this a 60-minute chart. We'll remove the studies because we don't need them. Let this load. And we're going to add a moving average. Let's do the moving average crossover study. This as an example here. Let's say we have a 50 crossing 100, something like that. And let's say we want to go long if see here, we're going to go long if that green line crosses the purple line. So we're gonna use a color bar based on alert condition again. And let's make it easier. Let's say we wanna define this as the green line is greater than the purple line. So that gives us a nice condition. So the green line is, double check here, SG1 I think. Yep, SG1 greater than SG2. Okay, so SG1 greater than SG1, SG2. And what we want to do here is also use that -1, and we're gonna call this the higher time frame filter. And another thing we want to do is change this to squares. I'm gonna use this auto coloring, so we want to have the positive green and the negative red, and also we add this to the second chart region. We're gonna scale this a little bit like this. We're gonna move it like this, and we could actually make the squares a bit bigger so you get a nice feel. Here you see that the MA crosses from below. We have a positive, a long filter, and the other way it's a short filter. So we're going to use that in our signal study on the lower time frame. So the high time frame we have a filter defined now, and on the lower time frame we're going to use the overlay. It's not called overlay, it's called study overlay. So the price overlay, this one. I'm going to use this study. We select that higher time frame chart and that high time frame filter study. We're gonna set copy source to latest. We set that to yes, and we say it's okay. So now you will see that that higher time frame kind of defines the direction we're gonna trade. So let's put this a bit closer together, arrange this like this. And yeah, this should give you a view on when the high time frame says to go long and the low time frame, the high time frame says to go short. So you can visualize that like this. So now we have set this up, and we want to define our long signals. So the long signal would be that high time frame needs to be green, and we want to have that long RSI. So let's use that color bar based on alert condition again. So we're gonna define another simple alert condition, because what we want to have here is the long RSI. So that's ID2 dot SG1 equals 1. But this needs to go in an AND condition, and we make it readable using one line per condition. The second condition is the higher time frame being green. So that was ID4 dot sg1 equals 1 as well. With this as an alert condition, we set this to ignore. Like this. And we call this long signal. Done. Oh, and a second one is the short. So let's duplicate this. Let's call it short. So we know this is the short. Short condition. We have a condition to go short. We need the ID 3, short RSI, to be 1. And we need ID 4, that higher time frame. We need that to be -1. This is an alert condition for shorts. Okay. But for the short side, we want to make sure that that short signal fires a -1. As I explained in my blog, there's a few things you need to do. You need to set this use -1 on false, set that to yes, and subgraph to ignore. You already did that. And this whole condition here needs to go in brackets. So we make a bracket and we have a closing bracket right here. And we put in front an exclamation point. What this will do is generate a -1 as a sell signal. To visualize those signals now, we'll use a color background based on alert condition. So call this the long visual, and let's color that blue, make it background transparent. The alert condition for this thing is simple, ID 5 SG1, which is the long signal. If that's 1, we get color this background. Boom, here you go. You see there's a cross from below, there's the higher time frame, and these are all long signals. Now we get to define that short visual. Duplicate it, change the name, short visual. And what we're looking for now is that short signal, so that's ID 6. And we made that -1, so if that's ID 6 SG1 is -1, we get that visual. Let's change the color to something like this. And there you go. You see here the higher time frame is red, and we get that cross from above to go short. So these are your conditions, and these are the signals. So you have a cross from above on that big line here, and you have a high time frame that's in your favor to go short, and this is the signal. To clean all things up, we're gonna have this RSI color bar set to ignore as well. For the short, we do that as well, right here. So we clean things up and make it a bit tighter. So with these made, you can set up your Autotrader. So now we're gonna grab that custom study, and that should be somewhere here, the Autotrader study. Move it all the way down. That's what we do. And we're gonna set things up like a whole day here. You're gonna have 1, 2 targets in the end. If you change that, you have to make sure your maximum position size is in accordance with that setting. And then you have the signal study. We named them, so the long signal is this one. The short signal is the short signal. I'm going to do it on bar close. Let's set the order to a limit order, and that limit order is going to be the open price of the entry bar. That will be good. So we have a signal on the signal bar, a new bar opens, and we enter a limit on that open price. That's what this does. Then we're not gonna cancel, we leave that open. Then we have a first target as a fixed target of 10 ticks, and that second one, let's make it 20 ticks, and we have a initial stop of 6. Let's keep it as is, and let's move to break even if a target is filled, and the target should be target 1. Then we move to break even. We don't move trailing. We don't set our limits here. I will go through these settings in a new video, but this is just a basic setup. So now let's say we want to replay these last couple of signals here. So what I'll do, I'll start a replay. All charts, because you want to have that higher time frame work as well. And we're gonna start that play. This might take some time. All right, so we are in a replay now. It's going to check a few things. What we need to do is set auto trading on global. That's right here in your trade menu. That needs to be on. For your chart, needs to be on as well. So make sure that's set to on. We're in trade simulation mode. That's probably important too if you want to just test a few things. And we're gonna switch the Autotrader on. So it's on. It'll show a little message that the Autotrader is on. Right now we need to wait for that signal, and we'll get a signal firing, which will get us into a trade and will be in accordance with the trade management. There we go. And we stopped out at 2 contracts, 6 ticks each, in accordance with the stop. Let's see where we get the next long signal. And this basically allows you to backtest it, to replay your own signals and your own trade management with the Autotrader. It's a quick, simple example. I'm not saying this is a good example to actually gain a profit, but you'll see it is has a lot of options to tweak. You can set your RSI differently, you can set your trade management differently, you can set your entries differently. That's all up to you. You have to figure that out how you want to do it. It's an example to show you how you can set up your signals, a higher time frame signal to support you on your trading chart, and then automatically trade that little system you defined. And here we go. You got a winner in the end. So that's my little video for today. I try to keep it short. Hope you enjoy it. It's something of use to you. I will link the chart book in the blog post so you can have a read, and you can check out the alert conditions and support your own trading idea. Thanks for your attention and have a great day. Bye bye.